But our second scholar speaker tonight is Deni Federico. She's the 2017 Mitchell Scholar from Lewiston High School and is currently in the Accelerated Occupational Therapy program at Husson University. This means that she has started graduate school work in her junior year and will graduate in another 2 years with a Bachelor of Science and a Master's degree in Occupational Therapy. Deni has been destined to succeed, and this was evident from the first time I met her. She's been destined to succeed since her birth. She is the surviving twin born 3 months early and weighing 15 ounces. Seriously, think about that. It's an honor to support her as she excels and pursues her dreams. Please welcome Deni.
Thanks, Meg. First, I would like to thank the Mitchell Institute for allowing me to have the opportunity of speaking here tonight. And I would also like to thank Senator Mitchell for having the determination to stand up for the educational opportunities for all Maine students. My involvement with the Mitchell Institute really began as soon as I received the scholarship. I remember, as I was applying for the scholarship, how intimidated I was by the financial benefit that came with it. Not only is it a substantial scholarship, but only one person from each high school in Maine receives the scholarship every year. Out of the 314 students in my graduating class, I was not expecting to be the recipient of the biggest scholarship given out, the Senator George J. Mitchell Scholarship. I was in awe that I had received the scholarship and knew that I had to be as involved in the scholarship as I could in order to give myself the best opportunities for my future. 2017 was a roller coaster that has transformed me into the person I am today. I would consider it as being one of the best years, as well as one of the worst years of my life. It was the best because I received the Mitchell Scholarship. All of my hard work and determination throughout high school was noticed. I was given the opportunity to go to college with less focus on a financial burden and more focus on my future. At the same time, it was the worst because my single mother had recently been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. While the best part of 2017 was giving me all the push I needed to make my dreams a reality, the worst part of 2017 made me reconsider what my dreams needed to be for my mother instead of what I wanted them to be for myself. Those two aspects of my life would come together and work together in more ways than one. To this day, one of the most impressive things I have experienced with the Mitchell Institute happened at my welcome brunch. As I was walking through the doors and was greeted by the staff, every single staff member said, "It's so nice to meet you, Deni." They all knew my name, and to top it all off, it was pronounced correctly every single time. And believe me, that never happens. I will forever be impressed by the dedication the staff puts into truly knowing every one of their scholars. The time, dedication, and effort that the entire institute demonstrates is what holds the Mitchell Scholarship above others. Ever since that August day in 2017, I have been continuously impressed with the Mitchell Institute. While I was not able to attend Mile 1 or Mile 2 of my freshman year, I was invited and able to attend this very event, the 2017 Fall Gala. Gala was the first Mitchell Institute event I had attended as a scholar besides my welcome brunch. I had absolutely no idea what to expect. The only thing I did know was that the preparatory email I had received with the place-setting diagram was extremely confusing. I knew this had to be a fancy event if there was more than one of every utensil one person would use at a dining table. Besides the overwhelming amount of dining ware, however, there was also an overwhelming feeling of being welcomed. As soon as I or any other scholar walked through the doors, every person on the Institute staff had a huge smile in their face and a warm welcome in their heart. I was shocked at how inclusive the Institute staff, the scholars, and all of the attendees were at this event and every event I have attended since. The atmosphere I was surrounded with the entire night opened my eyes to the family feeling that everybody talked about. I could not believe the level of support and encouragement I felt at Gala. All of the scholars were friendly and approachable. The staff was patient and encouraging, and the food was, of course, amazing. I thought to myself, was this too good to be true? Was I really a part of something that had name tags this cool? Despite my awe, everything I had experienced at my first Mitchell Institute event was real. The family feeling has stayed with me ever since my first gala. I felt the exact same sense of love and support from the Mitchell Institute towards the end of my freshman year, when my mom lost her battle with cancer. A few days after my mother's passing, I received a message from Kim, which of course included big hugs. 2 weeks later, I received a card in the mail from the Mitchell Institute sending their condolences. I, again, was touched by how much the Mitchell Institute truly cares about their scholars. Through everything, the Mitchell Institute was there for me. I'm not sure about the other scholars, but I have never received another scholarship that I've built such a relationship with. After my freshman year, I finally understood why people kept saying this was more than a scholarship. In the spring of my second year, I attended Mile 2, or Mitchell Institute Leadership Experience 2, a professional development day at UNM headquarters. It was a full day of breakout sessions, employer fairs, and networking opportunities. Mile 2 was so informative that it taught me more about how to be an adult in one day than I've learned in the past 20 years. The speakers were encouraging and inspiring with the stories they told. The breakout sessions were extremely informative. They touched upon skills that are not generally taught in high school or college, but that are still needed and useful in the real world. Again, the Mitchell Institute has provided me with opportunities that I would have never received otherwise. These breakout sessions were my favorite part and one of the highlights of my day at Mile 2. One of the breakout sessions I chose was Put Yourself First, Recharge and Avoid Burnout with Self-Care. I learned how to prioritize my time with things that were truly important to me. Making use out of every single day can be challenging, especially for a college student. But with the help of the Mitchell Institute, I was able to learn how to do that while putting my mental health first. That specific breakout session has been one of the most useful things I have used since that day. Let me tell you, moving into graduate school this year has not been easy. There have been days where I've been very overwhelmed. On those days, I have gone straight to my Mile 2 notebook and pulled out the papers I received from that breakout session. I have learned how to prioritize my day. I have avoided burnouts, especially during exam weeks, due to the fact that I was able to attend that breakout session. Without the opportunities I was given from Mile 2, I would have burnt out this semester. The same week I wrote this speech, I had 5 exams. While very challenging, I made it through. Would I have made it through that week without the help of the Mitchell Institute? Yes, but probably with a lot less sleep and a lot more tears. Due to the fact that I am a Mitchell Scholar, I have learned how to put myself first. The Institute cares that you succeed, but they would much rather see you succeed well. I can say that so far, in my first year of graduate school, that I have not only succeeded, but I have thrived, all because the Mitchell Scholarship is more than a scholarship. Simply being connected with the staff can open doors that were previously thought of as non-existent. Being actively involved in the scholarship and with the events can create opportunities that open up the entire rest of the world. Honestly, it feels as I have received 2 scholarships. One that gets sent to Husson every spring to pay my tuition bill, and the other that I've been able to lean on, learn from, and will use for the rest of my life. To me, the Mitchell Scholarship is a win-win. Don't get me wrong, the check has been extremely helpful. But knowing what I do today, I would have still applied even if there was no check. The Mitchell Institute is always supporting their scholars through all aspects of life, whether it is through email or in person. Whenever I have a question about anything, I email Kim Gustafson. If you've ever emailed Kim, you know that it is like one giant electronic hug. No matter the issue or problem, communication with the staff will feel like you're talking to them in person, even if it is through email. I'm not quite sure how they do it, but even through the computer, I feel as if I'm family. If you let it, the Mitchell Institute can become your default. It can become the place you go every time you have a problem, question, or life update. It can become your backup system that never fails because they are always and will always be there. The Mitchell Institute has held up and supported so many students who just needed the extra nudge. Anytime and anywhere, the Mitchell Institute has been there for me. When I had to choose a default, a backup, and a support system, I did not have to look far because the Mitchell Institute was already there. I would not be the person you see today if any part of my life had gone differently. I believe I received the Mitchell Scholarship at the exact moment I was supposed to. At the time in most students' lives where they need the most support, the Mitchell Institute is there. Once you are a scholar, you are part of a forever family. The Institute reminded me that I was still part of a family when I'd lost the most important member of mine. My mom was the one who pushed me to apply for the scholarship and the one who cried when I received the scholarship. Not only did the financial piece of receiving the scholarship take a huge weight off of her shoulders, the opportunity piece was an even bigger selling point. My mom knew that the Mitchell Scholarship was a big deal. She knew it would give me a plethora of opportunity and urged me, like moms do, to take full advantage of it. Her push got me involved in the scholarship, and the Mitchell Institute has led me the rest of the way. My best and worst year, in fact, has come together to push me to not just follow my dreams, but to pursue them. Thanks to the Mitchell Institute, dreams are becoming a reality for hundreds of Maine students, myself included. I know who I am and where I am going due to the continuous effort of this amazing organization. Every day, I remind myself that I represent something larger than myself or my story. I represent Maine students who have big dreams, but may need a little help reaching them. As a Mitchell Scholar, I can testify how receiving this scholarship and being involved with it has been the help that I needed to make my dreams a reality. If it was not for the Mitchell Institute, I do not know if I would currently be pursuing my dreams. Would I have finished my freshman year of college? Would I have passed my first set of exams in grad school? Would I have thrived? My involvement with the scholarship has allowed me to accomplish all of those things. The Mitchell Institute gave me purpose when I thought I had lost mine. The purpose I have being a scholar has influenced me to keep going and to invest in the educational opportunities I have. While I'm not sure who I would be or where I would be today without the Mitchell Institute, I do know who I am and where I am because of it. Today, I am a third-year occupational therapy student who has been given the opportunity to have anatomy running through my mind every second of every day. Yes, even while giving this speech, an opportunity for which I'm grateful. I am a supported Mitchell Scholar who has her entire educational and professional career ahead of her because one man fought for the educational future of all Maine students. So, when you hear about the Mitchell Institute and its purpose, always remember, it is truly more than a scholarship. Thank you.